I was waiting for a hot day, so we got one today. It's a heat wave. Let's take a ride in this gorgeous Jensen for a hot heat wave test with the cooling system we've installed here in the car.
Nick gets all kinds of beautiful cars rolling into his shop for work. Today, Nick is taking care of a 1974 Jensen Interceptor with a cooling issue, and it's time to take the car for a spin.
You know, it's been a long day, a very hot one, very humid. It's at the end of the day now. We're tired, but I need to take a drive on this 1974 Jensen that belongs to Tristan. You know, I didn't know about the Jensen until a few years ago when I was looking into British cars, you know, like the MG, the Jaguar, the Rolls Royce, the Bentley. And then this other word came up, Jensen. I didn't know it was a British car. And the most exciting thing about it, for me, is it has an American V8, which is a Dodge Plymouth 440 from Chrysler, I should say, with a torque flight transmission. And it's a very nice sports car. It's a classic car. It's a beautiful car. It's a luxury. I just love it. I've had it in my shop for quite a while. I've never driven it yet, and I really want to take it for a long ride right now. The reason why, I need to make a long test because this is where we focused on the big list that he sent me. And the most important thing was the cooling system in the car and the AC and everything that works with the water temperature, the cooling temperature of the engine. So today, since it's very hot, I need to take it for a drive. So, you know, we're going to take it for a few miles here and there. We're going to go buy some fuel because I ran out of fuel earlier. We don't have much fuel in it right now. So we're going to drop off in Petro-Canada. We're going to get to Petro-Canada 94. After all, it is a 440 in here, this 1974 Jensen Interceptor 3. Sitting in here in this Jensen is one beautiful car. Very, very beautiful layout. It's got the gauges. It's got all the toggle switches. Nice stereo, nice console, nice British style steering wheel. But this is a very, very handsome looking car, let me tell you. Leather interior, very comfortable looking. Lots of chrome, the knobs and everything. You can hear the clock ticking, eh? I love that. You can hear the clock ticking. That is awesome. And that's old school. No digital layout. Just the old with the handles, whatever you call that. This is great. With this car, you know, the interior, it's so beautiful. It looks like it was hand built. It's got a lot of pride and work into it, a lot of workmanship. It is a specially built car. It is beautiful. And from what I see here, it looks very, very luxury. Just love it. It's even got the badge right here on the seat also. It is awesome. And I love the tan interior, let me tell you. Beautiful. With the wood grain, black layout. It's gonna be a nice drive. It's got a very luxury interior. I've never driven it yet. We've done a lot of little things on it, but the thing I'm concerned the most with is the cooling system. We've done a few cooling leaks on it. We've worked with the water pump housing. We did the radiator flush. We've done new updated cooling fans on the radiator. We also had the brakes checked. We did a carburetor adjustment. We cleaned out the plugs. And right now, what I really want to do is take it for a long drive in the heat. And at the same time, we'll do a little video while we're at it. So you viewers can have a ride with me here in the 1974 Jensen. Let's go for a ride and see what it's all about. I just gotta figure out the seat belt. I managed to take it out of the car, out of the cover. I guess we're all set. Okay. After so many months in my shop, I'm finally gonna take it for a drive. So let's see how this car drives. It's an American, British muscle car with a 440 with some Italian design. No, this is strange. You're driving one of these British cars, and it's got an American V8 440 from Chrysler. It's odd, let me tell you. I'm not used to driving 440s with a Jensen. But you know what, this is very unique. Let's try the flasher. Flasher working? Yep, it is. Okay, let's go for a ride. Might go get some fuel, but I sure don't want to run out of fuel. We did once at the shop, had it running to burp the system from the coolant. And we ran out of fuel. So we bought a couple of gallons, did further testing in the shop. Right now, we're driving it. I think this car's got some pep. You know, it's backed up with the 727 torque flight from Chrysler also. Smooth, let me tell you. A lot smoother than my Hellcat, for sure. It runs, it's got loud mufflers on it, that's for sure. You know when you're accelerating, just listen to the exhaust. Sound of the exhaust system we have on this car. You know, we're gonna send that out to a shop that specializes in the exhaust system. We're gonna get a design that oval exhaust. It's got a 3-inch pipe right now, which is way too big for a basic stock 440. And we're gonna send it out to a specialist to do the job for us. I'm not equipped for that anyways. It's got humongous pipes, you know. Our client wants to bring up the exhaust so there can be more road clearance. Like when we just drove out of the shop, it scraped a bit on the driveway. But it sounds good, let me tell you. It sounds good. Gas cap, I believe, is on the left side. Okay, perfect. So we made it. All right, temperature gauge looks pretty good so far, but then again, we got to put some more miles on it. So we're gonna have to drive it for a while. But first we're gonna put some fuel before I run out of fuel. The fans are working. Temperature gauge is midway, which is pretty good. Now I just gotta flip the gas cap door, which is electronically controlled. There we go. 1974 440. What do we put? 94 or 91? It's a late model 440, so we're going with 91. There we go. All right, we're not gonna worry about running out of fuel this time. All right, here we go. Keys. Wow, it sounds like a heavy sound, man. After all, it is a British-American muscle car with some Italian design. Something there. I believe I filled it up and it's only showing half a tank. That's why we've been running out of fuel. Anyways, that's another issue. Right now, let me check the temperature gauge where I'm most concerned. Then we're gonna stop in traffic, go to my mop, but we're gonna do that down at my shop. We're gonna take it easy. Boy, it's a hot day today, let me tell you. Did not put on the AC yet. I want to put on the AC when we are dead, stop, idle. That'll be the big test. In the meantime, we check the fans, the water temperature. Looks pretty good. Water pressure's good. Fuel, oh, it's going 3/4 right now. That's not bad. Torque, but this one here doesn't downshift unless I do it manually. Let's try it over there, the other side of the highway. By the way, we're driving right over the 440 right now. You don't want to see drive. I'm going to downshift and see how it goes. Try the downshift with the transmission, which the kickdown is not working, so that's another thing I got to look at. But now it's a classic car, so we'll drive it as a classic car. Okay, so we know that when it's in drive, it does not downshift by itself when you're flooring. Man, this car is smooth. So smooth. Love it, just love it. I see why Tristan loves this car. Man, this is a real classic. It's got a good comes down to it too, you know. It's beautiful, no rattles, smooth ride. Just gotta figure out how to put on the AC now when we stop. Driving a Jensen. This is awesome. Oh, come on. I left the flash on again. I don't think the flasher turns off by itself. Yeah, horn works. Awesome. Started with a Volvo, and then they ended up with the Jaguar on the, later on, and then they finished up the series with the Jensen. There's the prison. There it is. Provincial Penitentiary. This car's a beautiful ride. down the idle later on. I realized that you gotta turn off the flashes on your own. You know what? Okay, AC. Where's the AC? Here we go. Frost. Okay, I gotta figure out how to turn this on. Okay, there it goes. Nice and cold. All right. Okay, so I gotta let it run. Watch that temperature gauge. This is what I need to see right here. AC is working. We have it on max. Smooth ride. It goes pretty good. It would have went a lot better if the kickdown would have worked, but I had to downshift the manually to get the torque out of the engine. But besides that, it rides beautiful, just beautiful. So smooth, so quiet, smooth ride, no rattles whatsoever. It steers good, it stops good. It's got a lot of glass. You know, you got no blind spots whatsoever when you drive this car. And you know, it takes the turns pretty tight. It handles pretty well also. It holds the road very nice. I know Tristan's got a new set of tires coming in, so he's gonna have them very soon. But in the meantime, it's one beautiful ride, let me tell you. Okay, I'm gonna just keep taking attention to the temperature gauge, because I wanna make sure, even though we're in traffic, put it into drive, I wanna make sure it's not overheat, because this is the main reason why the car is here. I'm going to put it into drive. Okay, brought the RPM down. Here we go. I'm going to hold this for a little bit and see how it goes. Beautiful. Have to check the voltmeter.
The Interceptor is holding a good temperature despite the heat wave and the AC on full. But as is almost always the case with these old cars, Nick's test has revealed another issue.
I'm just going to put a voltmeter on it because the gauge is showing almost 13 volts on the charging gauge. But I'm going to put a voltmeter to see what it's really charging. I'll be right back. I don't know if the gauge is showing correctly, but I'm going to take my voltmeter and I want to make sure it's got over 13 volts on the charging system. So So let's plug it in and see how it goes. Not charging. Look at that. See? Not charging. No, we have another issue here. We've checked the charging system earlier, well, during the months we were working on it, it was working fine. And now for some reason it's not charging at all. And this is the reason why we take cars for a ride. You know, you let them run, you let them get hot, you gotta press the brakes, you gotta accelerate, you gotta accelerate hard. You know, you wanna give it a test drive like I just did. I've done this to all my cars, and you know, you look for everything: suspension, noises, charging system, overheating. You know, you look at the gauges, you look at everything. You want to make sure you have no vibrations, wobbling, rattles in the car, and that is the reason why I drive it. So the only weak link so far I've seen: temperature gauge is good, fans are working, AC is cold, but the voltmeter, or should I say the charging system, is not working. So it's something to look into it. But right now, I'm pretty proud with the cooling system. That's what I was concerned. And you guys, hope you loved the ride you took along with us on the Jensen. I hope you enjoyed it, because I read a few comments. Everybody would want to see the Jensen on the road, and here we have it. And you know, it's one cool ride. And you guys, thanks for watching here on Nick's Garage. Man, it's a heat wave today, but it's real cool in here, let me tell you. And you guys, if you look down below the video, we have a whole bunch of merchandise that you guys can buy. So whatever you like, buy it, love it, wear it, and enjoy it. And help spread the word of Nick's Garage. And if you have some time, check out our Patreon page. We have extra content, and you guys can watch it and take it from there. And we'll see you next time.